In the vast, swirling tapestry of existence, there are threads unseen by the casual eye, delicate filaments woven by the cosmos itself, shimmering with the light of ancient truths and quiet mysteries. These threads trace patterns only perceptible to those who stand at the crossroads of awakening, their senses attuned to the subtle hum beneath the surface of the everyday. It is here, in this interstitial realm between the visible and the ineffable, that the tale of the chosen ones begins to murmur, a narrative not inscribed in dusty tomes, nor broadcast by heralds, but whispered softly through the corridors of time and consciousness. To speak of the chosen ones is to invite a dance with paradox. They are simultaneously rare and multitudinous, ordinary and extraordinary, hidden and yet unmistakably present. To consider the chosen ones is to step into a liminal space that defies the linear cadence of conventional existence. Imagine standing on the edge of a cosmic ocean, where the tidal waves are not water but waves of potential, rippling through dimensions both seen and unseen. These waves carry with them the subtle electric charge of awakening, a call that resonates deep within the marrow of the soul. The chosen ones in this metaphorical landscape are those who catch the shifting currents before they rise, those who are quietly prepared even as the world around them pulses with apparent chaos. The preparation is not merely a training of skills or acquisition of knowledge, but a profound inner alchemy, a metamorphosis sculpted by invisible hands, orchestrated by an intelligence that transcends human comprehension. Yet, what does it mean to be chosen in this great cosmic game? It is not a crown placed conspicuously upon a single brow, nor an exclusive club shrouded in elitism. Rather, the choice is more like a calligraphy brushed on the soul's canvas by the universe's own hand, an invitation rather than a decree, a subtle alignment that shifts the very trajectory of one's existence. The signs that mark this preparation are cloaked in symbols, riddles, and enigmatic experiences. They echo ancient wisdom traditions and yet vibrate with fresh, living urgency, waiting patiently for recognition. Like the first soft rays of dawn filtering through a dense forest, these signs are often quiet, easily missed by those caught in the rush of mundane distractions. But to the awakened heart, they glow with the unmistakable light of potential fulfilled. This theme unfolds not only as an ethereal spiritual thesis, but also as a map of profound practical consequence. The notion that certain individuals are quietly being molded, shaped, and readied for a pivotal role in the unfolding drama of human consciousness is neither fantasy nor mere myth. It is a living paradigm emerging within the fractal architecture of reality. It invites us to view our personal challenges, our moments of confusion and revelation, as parts of a grand curriculum written in the stars. The preparation is deeply practical, embedded within the experience of the present moment, yet it is also cosmic in its scope, like a single note in a universal symphony that will one day crescendo into a harmony beyond imagining. To awaken to the signs of being prepared as a chosen one is to recognize a hidden choreography behind the seeming randomness of life. It is to see the invisible hand arranging events, encounters, and inner transformations with an uncanny precision. This quiet orchestration is not about control, but about readiness. The readiness to embody new levels of consciousness, to integrate ancient wisdom with modern vision, to stand as a beacon amidst the shifting landscapes of reality. The journey is cyclical, spiraling inward and outward, revealing layers upon layers of meaning that recalibrate one's sense of self and purpose. The metaphors that arise here are as rich and varied as the cosmos itself. Being prepared as a chosen one is like a seed germinating beneath the frozen earth in the thickness of winter, silent, unseen, but full of latent power waiting for the right conditions to bloom. It is like the slow combustion of starlight, where seemingly dormant energies are quietly igniting, preparing to erupt into brilliance. It is a pilgrimage through shadows and light, where the traveler learns to read the language of signs whispered on the wind, etched into the patterns of dreams, and mirrored in synchronicities that defy ordinary explanation. Within this frame, the signs of preparation become a sacred lexicon, a code woven into the very fabric of being. These signs might manifest as profound moments of dislocation, a sudden sense of not belonging, the recurring encounter with archetypal symbols, or an inexplicable pull towards certain teachings or places. They may appear as a sharpening of intuition, a persistent quest for meaning, or the emergence of gifts that seem to defy rational explanation. Yet, these are not mere curiosities or eccentricities. They are markers on the roadmap of transformation, beckoning the initiate deeper into the mysteries of self and universe. The importance of recognizing these signs cannot be overstated, for they serve as both compass and covenant. To ignore or dismiss them is to risk missing the subtle but critical turning points that pivot one's destiny toward greater awakening and service. To embrace them is to step fully into a sacred dialogue between the self and the greater whole, a dialogue that echoes through time and space, reverberating with the promise of a new dawn for consciousness itself. In the unfolding narrative that follows, we will explore these hidden signs in rich detail, uncovering the symbolic language through which the cosmos speaks to those it is preparing. We will delve into the core themes that underpin this awakening, drawing from ancient wisdom and contemporary insight alike, to render visible the invisible architecture supporting this grand design. And beyond the cosmic and symbolic, we will touch upon the practical ways these signs manifest in everyday experience, guiding those on the path to embody the fullness of their chosen nature. This exploration is more than intellectual. It is an invitation to remember, to awaken from the slumber of forgetfulness, and to participate consciously in the sacred unfolding of the universe. It is the call to recognize that being chosen is not about special privilege, but about profound responsibility. A responsibility to rise, to heal, and to hold space for the unfolding light of awakening that beckons all who listen. As we embark on this journey together, let us attune ourselves to the subtle vibrations beneath the surface, open our hearts to the mystery, and prepare to meet the hidden signs that herald the dawn of our becoming. Within the tapestry of existence, the concept of being chosen is often veiled beneath layers of myth and misunderstanding. Yet beyond the veils of superstition and cultural allegory lies a more profound, intricate design, a cosmic choreography where certain souls are quietly prepared, like seeds ripening unseen beneath the winter snow, their emergence not a sudden bloom but the result of deep, unseen processes. To understand the hidden signs that mark this preparation is to peer into the very architecture of reality, a latticework where illusion and truth intertwine, and where the apparent randomness of life dissolves into purposeful rhythm. At the heart of this awakening stands the recognition that the universe is not a cold, indifferent void, but an intelligent, living mosaic, an ever-unfolding mystery that converses with those willing to listen beneath the noise of everyday perception. The path of the chosen one, therefore, is less a predestined script and more an invitation to attune oneself to this cosmic dialogue, to discern the subtle frequencies beneath the roar of mundane existence. It is a journey into the paradox of form and formlessness, where the soul learns to navigate the illusions that veil its true nature. These illusions are not mere deceptions but sacred masks, necessary veils that test and refine the seeker's awareness. In this interplay, the chosen are gently ushered beyond the surface, towards unveiling deeper truths that speak through symbols, signs, and synchronicities. One of the guiding pillars of this preparation is the gradual dismantling of conditioned perception. The world as we commonly perceive it is a shimmering facade of collective agreement, a hologram of constructs, time, identity, division, that veil the unity beneath. The the chosen ones come to realize that much of what anchors human consciousness is built upon these illusions, and the subtle unraveling of these threads is a sign of their readiness. This deconstruction is not chaotic, but rather a sacred unweaving, a peeling back of layers that reveals the luminous core of existence. It is akin to an alchemical process, where the base dross of conditioned beliefs transforms into the golden light of awakened insight. Embedded within this journey is the call to discern the universal patterns that thread through all living systems. From the spiraling arms of galaxies to the delicate fractals traced in leaves, from the rhythmic pulse of heartbeat to the oscillations of quantum fields, these patterns tell a story of interconnectedness and cyclical emergence. Those who are being prepared begin to sense these motifs not as abstract scientific truths, but as living symbols that resonate with their own inner transformations. The hidden signs often manifest as echoes of these patterns: recurrent numbers, dream visions woven with cosmic geometry, encounters with nature that feel charged with purpose. Such phenomena awaken the perception that the microcosm mirrors the macrocosm, that personal evolution is a reflection of cosmic evolution, that the self and the universe move in a dance of mutual becoming. Another essential pillar rests upon the idea of inner sovereignty and the shifting of identity. The chosen ones are called not merely to awaken, but to dissolve the egoic boundaries that confine the self to narrow definitions. They are prepared through experiences that challenge their sense of separateness, moments of profound empathy and unity, sometimes felt as a dissolution of self into a greater ocean of being. These are the silent heralds of transformation, a subtle erosion of the fortress of the isolated self, replaced by a burgeoning awareness of interconnectedness and collective responsibility. This process is not without its trials. The dissolution of old identities can trigger deep awakenings and profound disorientations, a liminal space where the chosen are tested in their willingness to surrender to a higher truth and purpose. In this sacred preparation, the language of paradox becomes a faithful companion. The chosen ones learn that awakening is neither linear nor purely triumphant. It is a spiral, a constant returning and revisiting of themes that grow ever more nuanced. Light and shadow dance as inseparable partners, revealing that darkness is not absence but a deep reservoir of potential and hidden wisdom. The signs that one is being prepared often arise in these twilight spaces, moments when the comfort of certainty dissolves, giving way to the fertile soil of mystery. Here, courage is born not from conquest but from steady presence amidst uncertainty. It is in these crucibles that the latent capacities of intuition, insight, and creative manifestation are kindled. Simultaneously, the chosen ones encounter a growing awareness of the hidden architecture that supports the visible cosmos, a multidimensional matrix shaped by intention, consciousness, and universal laws. This matrix operates beneath the surface of everyday life, a web of energetic currents and archetypal blueprints that guide evolution itself. Those being prepared begin to sense their role as nodes within this matrix, conduits through which higher frequencies and transformative energies flow. This recognition is often accompanied by subtle shifts in perception and experience, changes in synchronicity, heightened sensitivity to subtle energies, a growing attunement to the vibrational language of the natural and spiritual realms. The hidden signs reveal themselves not as loud proclamations, but as whispers and gentle nudges, invitations to align with the cosmic pulse. It is within the interplay of all these elements, illusion and truth, separation and unity, light and shadow, form and formlessness, that the chosen ones find the guiding pillars of their preparation. Far from a linear checklist or divine selection, this process is a sacred unfolding, an opening of the heart and mind to the mysteries woven into existence itself. The hidden signs, therefore, are not merely external markers, but rather inner awakenings, subtle shifts in consciousness that align the individual with the grander wheels of cosmic evolution. They invite a deepening trust in the unseen, a surrender to the flow of becoming, and a commitment to embodying the transformative potentials seated within. To recognize these signs is to acknowledge the interplay of universal patterns and unique personal resonance, to listen beyond the distortion of conditioned beliefs and cultural narratives, and to embrace the liminal spaces where true transformation gestates. It is to stand at the threshold between the ordinary and the extraordinary, where the veil thins and the sacred pulses with silent intensity. The chosen ones in this light are not rare anomalies, but rather the emergent wave of consciousness recalling its origins, its purpose, and its boundless horizon. Through this preparation, they become living bridges between realms, carrying within the encoded wisdom of the cosmos and the promise of awakening for all who walk the earth alongside them. In the vast theater of existence, where the cosmic dance pulses with rhythms both ancient and unborn, the tale of the chosen ones unfolds not as a simple narrative, but as a constellation of allegories, each star a cryptic beacon, a shimmering cipher painted upon the infinite canvas of consciousness. To move through these stories is to wander through labyrinths of symbol and shadow, where the language of metaphor unseals the gates to deeper knowing. Here, within these veiled tales, one may begin to decipher the silent signs, the hushed whispers that mark the sacred preparation of those called to awaken and ascend. Consider first the parable of the chrysalis, a humble shell, fragile and unremarkable, tethered to a leaf in the quiet solitude of a forgotten forest. To the casual observer, it is but a remnant of a past life, a relic of decay. Yet within this translucent prison, the chosen one stirs, bound by the unseen threads of transformation. The chrysalis embodies the paradox of preparation. Seeming stillness is, in truth, a crucible of profound alchemy. In the darkness, the form dissolves, the old self unravels, and a new essence is woven from the fabric of dissolution and rebirth. The signs of preparation here are not flamboyant. They are a deep, unyielding pressure beneath the surface, a silent insistence of becoming something beyond the familiar. The chosen one learns to embrace the constriction, to trust in the invisible forces weaving wings of light and freedom. This metaphor reminds us that often preparation feels like a retreat or surrender, but it is the sacred womb from which new flight emerges. Journeying then into another allegory, we find ourselves at the foot of the ancient mountain, veiled in mist and legend. A solitary traveler begins the ascent, not knowing the summit's shape nor the trial's en route. Each step carries the weight of unseen lessons, as the path twists between shadowed ravines and sunlit clearings. Along the way, the traveler encounters peculiar signs, strange symbols etched into stone, the sudden call of an eagle overhead, a whispering wind that seems to carry forgotten words. These encounters are not mere happenstance. They are the encoded language of the cosmos, subtle thresholds inviting the traveler to awaken senses dulled by mundane wandering. Here, the mountain is both a battlefield and a sanctuary, embodying the tension between struggle and grace. The ascent reveals that preparation is a pilgrimage inward as much as an outward quest. The chosen one learns that every hardship, every moment of doubt or fatigue, is the sacred fire that tempers the soul, revealing hidden reservoirs of resilience and clarity. This tale, rich with metaphor, illumines the idea that the hidden signs are often disguised as challenges, essential markers guiding the aspirant through the corridors of initiation. In a different realm of symbolism, picture a vast library, infinite in its expanse, where each book folds and unfolds like a living entity, containing the layered histories of worlds born and unmade. Within this sacred archive moves the silent librarian, a figure both shadow and light, who beckons the chosen seeker to a single, unassuming tome. This book, however, is unlike any other. Its pages are blank yet humming with latent potential, waiting to be inscribed by the seeker's own hands and heart. This allegory speaks of the preparation that is not handed down, but co-created through conscious engagement with the mystery. The hidden signs here manifest as moments of synchronicity, an encounter, a dream, a sudden insight that invite the seeker to reclaim their role as co-author of their destiny. The silent librarian reminds us that preparation is an unfolding dialogue between destiny and free will, where the chosen one recognizes the power to inscribe light upon the blankness of the unknown, turning potential into manifestation. In this narrative, the silent call to awaken is a call to creativity, to participation in the sacred writing of the self within the cosmic story. We may also reflect upon the fable of the Midnight Garden, a place where the moon's gentle glow reveals flowers that bloom only in darkness. In this secret garden, the chosen ones find themselves drawn not to the brilliant daytime blossoms, but to the subtle, luminous buds that pulse with an otherworldly light. Each flower holds a unique fragrance, a vibration aligned with forgotten frequencies of being. To tend this garden is to cultivate the gifts that reveal the hidden architecture of reality, the senses that perceive not with the eyes alone, but with the heart and soul. This allegory is a tender invitation to recognize the signs that dwell in the subtle realms, intuitive nudges, heightened empathies, cryptic dreams, and moments of profound stillness where time dilates and the veils between worlds thin. The chosen one learns that preparation is an intimate cultivation of these rarefied blossoms, a sacred stewardship of inner gifts that will illuminate the path not just for oneself, but for the collective. In the darkness, the quiet bloom is a testament to the unseen potentials ripening within, a sign that the soul's garden is ready to bear fruit in the unfolding dawn. Finally, consider the mythic image of the cosmic weaver, a figure at the loom of time and space who threads the filaments of existence into intricate patterns. The weaver's hands move with divine intention, crafting tapestries that encompass lifetimes, galaxies, and dimensions. Among these threads gleam the golden strands of the chosen ones, subtle threads woven through the fabric of reality, marked by both fragility and luminous strength. The hidden signs of preparation here are encoded in the moments when the chosen ones glimpse their own reflection in the endless design, sensing that their lives are part of something vast and purposeful. The cosmic weaver teaches that each action, each choice, is a thread that knits the collective destiny, and that preparation is the slow acknowledgement of one's sacred role in this grand loom. This story invites a profound reflection on the interplay between individuality and universality, urging the chosen one to recognize themselves as both creator and creation, weaver and woven, participant in the eternal dance of becoming. These allegories, rich with symbolic resonance, serve as mirrors reflecting the multifaceted nature of preparation. They remind us that the hidden signs are not coded in obvious or external accolades, but emerge through the inner landscapes of transformation, through the silent chrysalis, the arduous mountain climb, the blank book waiting for ink, the nocturnal garden blossoming unseen, and the shimmering threads of cosmic weaving. Each story, like a star in the night sky, offers a guiding light for those journeying through the veiled corridors of awakening. To be chosen is to be invited into a sacred narrative that transcends time and space, a story scripted in the language of mystery and metamorphosis. In this luminous interplay of metaphor and meaning, the seeker learns to listen not only with the ears of the body, but with the attuned heart of the soul, decoding the ancient signs whispered by the universe. These signs are a gentle but persistent call to remember the deeper truths of existence, to step beyond the illusion of separateness, and partake fully in the unfolding symphony of life. Thus, the hidden signs that prove one is being prepared are not mere markers on a path, but living symbols of an inner awakening, fragments of the sacred story that each chosen soul is destined to embody. In their unfolding, the veil lifts, the path clarifies, and the chosen ones, step forth as luminous bridges between worlds, carrying the encoded wisdom of the cosmos within their very being. To tread the path of the chosen is not merely to wander amidst cosmic allegories and ethereal metaphors. It is to carry those shimmering visions into the fabric of daily life, allowing the profound to permeate the mundane. The hidden signs that ripple through the soul's preparation do not linger solely as distant constellations in the night sky of consciousness. Instead, they pulse beneath the skin of our lived experience, urging a transformation that is as practical as it is transcendent. The mountain that rises before the seeker is not just a symbol, but a terrain to be climbed with steady breath and resilient heart. Each step taken in the outer world mirrors the inner ascent, teaching patience when the path feels steep and resilience when the air thins with uncertainty. The quiet moments of doubt, those lingering shadows cast by self-questioning, become invitations to deepen the trust in the unseen hand guiding the journey. In this way, the cosmic narrative folds seamlessly into the rhythms of everyday existence. The sense of being prepared, the invisible current that guides one forward, often translates into a heightened awareness of synchronicities and subtle patterns that might otherwise dissolve unnoticed. A chance encounter or an unexplainable impulse to take a new road, to reach out to a stranger, or to surrender an old certainty can hold the weight of initiation. These seemingly small acts ripple outward, shifting the course of a day, a conversation, or even a lifetime. Recognizing this is to cultivate a sacred attentiveness, an openness to the universe's language that speaks in symbols, signs, and coded messages embedded in ordinary moments. When the chosen begin to see their daily lives as living texts, rich with hidden meaning, every decision becomes an act of co-creation with the cosmic order, every challenge a sacred test, and every encounter a potential oracle. At the heart of this practical integration lies the alchemy of presence, the profound capacity to be fully here, fully now, within the ever-unfolding mysteries of life. As the chosen awaken to their role, they discover that preparation is not a distant event to be awaited, but a continuous process of aligning with the universal pulse. This alignment demands humility, for the ego's urge to control or predict must soften, making way for a fluid trust in the unfolding mystery. In the dance of daily living, this trust manifests as a willingness to embrace uncertainty, to meet discomfort not as an adversary but as a teacher cloaked in disguise. Through this lens, the fractals of pain, confusion, and hesitation are refracted into lessons that deepen wisdom rather than diminish hope. It is here, in the crucible of the now, that the preparation finds its tangible expression, etched not in grand gestures, but in the quiet surrender to the process of becoming. The ripple effect of embodying such cosmic wisdom extends outward, reshaping relationships, communities, and even the way one engages with the world's turmoil. Those chosen to walk this path often find themselves becoming unexpected vessels of peace and clarity, their presence a beacon in chaotic waters. This transformation is subtle yet profound. It does not roar with the clamor of revolution, but whispers through acts of kindness, the courage to stand in truth, and the grace to listen deeply amidst discord. In everyday life, this might appear as a gentle insistence on authenticity, a refusal to be complicit in shadows that dull the light, and a commitment to hold space for others, awakening journeys. The chosen become living repositories of hope, a testament to the possibility that amid turbulence, the cosmos always conspires toward harmony for those willing to heed its call. Integration also demands the grounding of ethereal insights into tangible action, an embodiment of the sacred wisdom that does not float above reality, but flows through it like an invisible river carving new channels in the terrain of consciousness. Spiritual preparation, in this sense, is inseparable from ethical living and conscious choice. It invites a reorientation of values, where the pursuit of material accumulation or superficial validation gives way to nurturing the inner garden of integrity, compassion, and stewardship. The chosen come to see that each decision, no matter how small, is a thread in the vast web of existence, and that the well-being of the collective is inseparable from the flourishing of the individual spirit. In this dance between self and cosmos, preparation reveals itself as both a personal and planetary endeavor, calling forth a renaissance of responsibility woven with cosmic grace. Furthermore, the ongoing revelation of these hidden signs often manifests as a call to expand one's horizons of perception and understanding. The chosen find themselves drawn to questioning long-held beliefs, exploring new paradigms of healing, consciousness, and existence. This openness is not an intellectual dalliance, but a lived curiosity that fuels deeper inquiry into the nature of reality itself. It is a surrender to the mystery that refuses to be confined by dogma or fear, allowing each revelation to peel back layers of illusion. As the preparatory process unfolds, what once seemed paradoxical or contradictory begins to harmonize into a broader vision, a kaleidoscope of truths converging into a coherent whole that honors complexity without losing unity. This expansive perspective enriches the chosen's capacity to navigate the labyrinth of life with wisdom and equanimity. In practical terms, this expansion often nudges one to cultivate disciplines that hone the inner senses. Meditative practices, contemplative solitude, and ritualized moments of reflection become sacred tools in the alchemy of preparation. These practices are not escapes from reality, but profound engagements with it, enabling the chosen to anchor their experiences in the deeper currents of being. By integrating these inner practices with outer responsibilities, the individual weaves a seamless garment of presence, insight, and action that reflects the cosmic invitation to co-create. Through this synthesis, the chosen become living testaments to the power of awakening, embodying the hidden signs not just as abstract prophecy, but as vibrant realities enacted amid the ebb and flow of everyday life. Ultimately, to translate these grand symbolic insights into practical living is to recognize the sacred in the ordinary. It is to see the divine choreography in each breath, each encounter, each challenge, and each triumph. The signs of preparation, once decoded, reveal themselves as quiet assurances amidst uncertainty, gentle reminders that the soul's journey is held within an immense, loving architecture beyond human comprehension. Walking this path with conscious intention, the chosen ones become bridges, living conduits between the ineffable cosmos and the tangible earth, infusing the world with the radiance of their inner awakening. In this luminous integration, the hidden signs cease to be distant echoes of destiny and instead resonate as a living pulse, animating every step taken on the sacred journey of becoming. As we draw closer to the horizon of this exploration, the threads of revelation and reflection weave themselves into an intricate tapestry, shimmering with the quiet power of unseen forces. The journey through the hidden signs, the symbolic currents, and the practical harmonies has not merely been an intellectual passage, but an invitation to awaken the dormant alchemist within. To stand at the cusp of transformation is to recognize that the essence of being chosen is less an accolade and more a profound relinquishing, a surrender to the mysterious cadence of the universe, where preparation is both an inner pilgrimage and an outward birthright. In this sacred unfolding, the chosen ones are not solitary stars drifting adrift, but constellations formed through the convergence of earth and sky, time and timelessness. Each sign spotted along the way, whether in the silent echo of a recurring dream, the inexplicable resonance with ancient wisdom, or the magnetism drawing one towards service and solitude alike, becomes a note in the cosmic symphony playing beneath the surface of mundane reality. It is here that the veil thins, where the choreography of preparation reveals itself as an elegant dance between fate and free will, a dance where every hesitant step and bold leap is imbued with the grace of unseen hands guiding, shaping, and refining. To embrace these signs is to acknowledge the paradox of choice and destiny intertwined. The hidden architecture that scaffolds the chosen path is not a rigid blueprint, but a living, breathing framework, one that invites us to co-create with the universe rather than be mere spectators of its design. In recognizing this, we move beyond the limiting narratives of heroism and victimhood, entering a sacred space of authorship over our own awakening. The preparation is not a linear roadmap but a spiral, an eternal return to the self with ever-deepening layers peeled back, revealing truths that shimmer like stardust in the dark. This transformation, in its deepest essence, calls for a kind of radical presence, an openness to the subtle languages of the cosmos, and a willingness to be shaped by their often paradoxical wisdom. It challenges the chosen to cultivate patience amid uncertainty, courage amid vulnerability, and humility amid profound knowing. In this alchemical crucible, the self is both shattered and reforged, teaching us that the signs we seek are reflections of the readiness we nurture within. The preparation is not something done to us, but something emerged from us, as the soul stretches, fractures, and finally blooms into its destined form. Let this understanding settle like a sacred flame deep within, illuminating the corridors where doubt and fear once dwelled. The recognition of being prepared, the acceptance of this hidden journey, is not just an intellectual affirmation but a lived reality pulsating beneath every breath. It is a quiet assurance that within the chaos of shifting realities and expanding consciousness, there is a harmonizing force weaving the disparate threads of experience into a coherent pattern of awakening. The signs, once enigmatic, become guiding lights, clarifying the path through shadowed forests toward an ever-widening horizon of possibility. And so we stand, not at an end, but at a doorway, one that opens inward and outward simultaneously. The invitation is clear: to live fully and awake, to embody the sacred trust embedded within the hidden signs, and to recognize that this preparation is a sacred labor of love performed in the theater of existence. To be chosen is to be called to a deeper stewardship of life itself, a responsibility that transcends self and ripples into the cosmic ocean from which we all arise and to which we ultimately return. It is an honor wrapped in challenge, a gift enveloped in paradox, and a truth unveiled in the quiet moments when we listen beyond the noise. In this unity of knowing and mystery, action and reflection, the soul's journey becomes a living testament to the infinite potential nested within the human experience. As the chosen walk forward, the hidden signs become less distant echoes of some remote prophecy, and more like the steady heartbeat of the universe itself, an ever-present rhythm inviting us home to the fullest expression of who we are meant to be. May this awareness awaken in you the courage to trust the unseen hands that prepare, the wisdom to embrace the unfolding, and the grace to become the living embodiment of the sacred story quietly inscribed in the fabric of your being. So let the journey continue, ever onward, ever inward, and ever outward, a luminous voyage through the vast, uncharted realms of consciousness and beyond, where preparation is life itself, and being chosen is the wondrous unfolding of the soul's eternal dance.